Hello Substreamers, welcome back to Substream News. I am Joseph, your presenter, and I should be a bit quieter because actually I'm here at the legendary Wat Sampran Dragon Temple. It's in Nakhon Pathom province, about an hour west of Bangkok. Well, while I'm in such a beautiful place, I should give you some beautiful stories, right? Well, you'd think so, except my theme's a little bit different. Actually, my theme this week is things that look good but could actually be useless. I realise that could be a reflection of myself. If you disagree or you agree, remember to like and subscribe. Let's go. So, what is something that looks good but might actually be useless? It turns out master's degrees. Well, that's according to a new report from the Foundation for Research on Equal Opportunity. And it turns out a whopping 40% of master's degrees have a negative ROI. Well, what does that mean? It means financially they weren't worth obtaining. Now, sentimentally, of course, the people who got those master's degrees will be incredibly proud. But what these findings say is that if you pay for a master's degree, which can cost up to $500,000 in the US, the likelihood of it being paid back through improved career earnings is only successful in about 60% of cases. On the other hand, bachelor's degrees, they have an ROI, a positive ROI of 77%, which is great. So, well, I didn't study maths or accounting, but down to my statistics, my multiplication would say if you got 2 bachelor's degrees, you would then have a 154% chance of earning more than the cost of the degree. Are my maths right or wrong? Let me know in the comments. Again, I didn't study maths. Okay, moving on to the next story. What is something that could be deemed good but also useless? You and me. Well, unfortunately, that's true. That is, if you are a service worker. Let me explain. When OpenAI boomed last year, we all thought it would be artists, creatives, writers that would lose their jobs. They'd be the first crop of people at threat of the talents and skills of AI tech. Well, it was somewhat true. There were some people who felt threatened, but for the most part, digital creatives or content creators found ways to leverage the content, leverage the capabilities of AI to augment their work and use it as a tool rather than seeing it as a threat. There was a famous quote that said, "You won't lose your job to AI, you will lose it to somebody who knows how to use AI." There is a very noisy bug here. So, each year, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics publishes its occupational employment projections, looking at the next decade and predicting employment changes, suggesting where automation may do the most damage. Here are the top 3, and you might be surprised. Cashiers, secretaries and admin staff, and office clerks. All 3 of which, in a way, are kind of admin stuff. So, cashiers, I guess, are supermarket or shop admin, right? So it appears, according to this US Labour report, that these are the 3 jobs most at risk of being taken over by AI automation. But, and I'm going to just point to the corner up here, I think it's this side. Go and watch last week's video because we had some really great news for cashiers about self-checkouts. It's big news from the US, and generally when a big story like that hits, it catches on. It moves like a wave. So if you are a cashier threatened by self-checkouts run by AI, go watch that video. Also, if you want to know more about any of the videos we cover here on Substream News, you can go and do your own research. In fact, go down to the description. We put all the links for every story right there in the description for you to go and read about. That's it. Let's move on to the next story. What looks good is deemed useful, but is really unwanted. It's Berlin's Tesla factory. Yes, as we speak, there is a huge protest going on in Berlin about a planned expansion of the Tesla Gigafactory. And just last week, 800 protesters and activists tried to storm the plant. Here was the quote from Disrupt, which is a coalition of self-declared anti-capitalist groups. They said, "There are currently 800 activists on the Tesla Gigafactory site as part of the Disrupt Tesla Action Days." Well, the German police, they replied saying, "People from the protest march ran through the forest towards the Tesla company premises." And CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk, who always seems to get a mention on these videos, of course he had something to say, although Tesla officially did not. So Elon Musk, I can't do his voice, he said, "Protesters did not manage to break through the fence line. There are still 2 intact fence lines all around the factory." Disrupt says that Tesla's plans to more than double the production output at their factory would damage the local environment. They would have to clear swathes of surrounding forest and strain local water supplies. So, of course, they're protesting. Well, it's not the first time. Actually, in March, they had a successful protest that forced Tesla factories to shut down after they set an electrical pylon on fire. That's heavy. That's really heavy. Well, these far-left activists, well, that's what the news calls them, far-left activists. I don't know if I would, because we're not political here at Substream News. No, they're just people who care about the environment. But they accepted responsibility for the arson attack. If there's an update on this story, we'll try and cover it in the next video, but as it seems, it's actually winding or grinding to a halt. I think this one might just be the most crazy story of all. So Whitney Wolf, you may be familiar with that name. She worked for Tinder and she left to start Bumble, which was like a female empowerment dating app. You might already have used it or be familiar with it. Well, she says that in the future you won't need to go on dates. How lonely and depressing. She said you won't need to go on dates because your AI is gonna go for you. Oh, here we go. Black Mirror, eat your heart out. I can't believe this. Honestly, when I read this, I couldn't believe it. But here we go. She believes that future AI apps will kind of build an AI concierge based on your personality, and that AI concierge will date other people's AI personality concierge characters and find suitable matches for you, which is absolutely bizarre. And here is her actual quote. "There is a world where your dating concierge could go and date for you with other dating concierge, and then you don't have to talk to 600 people. Yes, because human interaction is terrible. You could, in the near future, be talking to your AI dating concierge and you could share your insecurities. And then it could give you productive tips for communicating with other people." Right, single people, please go down to the comments and let me know what you think about this. It's only hypothetical, but there was a very good series on Netflix. I'm going to get the name in here. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I'll get it on the screen right now. Go and watch this, because this series basically is this. It's not Black Mirror, but it's Black Mirror-esque. And I think it's called The One, but I'll confirm that with an overlay on screen. Moving on, but just go to the comments, let me know, would you use it? Or what do you think about that? Is it horrifying for you? Because I think it's awful. Okay, now what looks good is useful and can help you stay young. Oh, praise the Lord. It's my favourite, coffee. Oh, when I saw this story. I'm a coffee addict and proud, and I absolutely love the stuff. The cup of Java in the morning, afternoon, I can have a cup of coffee before I go to bed at night. And now, to know that there's a molecule in it that's keeping me young, because, I'm only 20. Yes, this chemical is called trigonelline, and it helps you stay young. It improves sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss, and just protects your muscles. So, of course, nutrition and physical activity are important for older people to maintain healthy muscles, but Assistant Professor Vincenzo Sorrentino from the Health Longevity Translational Research Program at the National University of Singapore Yongloo Lin School of Medicine. He participated in a study and found that yes, coffee can help you live longer. Wow, what a mouthful. Now I want a mouthful of coffee. Of course, coffee alone won't do it. You need healthy fatty acids, vitamin D, protein, lots of other stuff. It is just a good contributing factor. If you don't like coffee, but you want to get some of this chemical, again, trigonelline, yes, you can find it in barley, cantaloupe, corn, onions, peas, soybeans and tomatoes, as well as fish, mussels and crustaceans. And we're on to our final story, guys. I am aching to go up that, although you cannot feel how hot it is here. I am sweating so bad. I wonder if I'll break back out of Substream headquarters next week for our video. Let me know in the comments. Should I go find another location to record from, or should I stick to the nice air conditioning unit? Well, while you think about an answer, I'm going to give you our final story. Again, it's a good thing that's been deemed useless, or at least surplus to requirements. And I'm sorry to inform you that McDonald's is planning to phase out refill stations. Yes, free refills will become a thing of the past if McDonald's has its way. Remember, McDonald's is a franchise company. What does that mean? It means that each individual McDonald's restaurant will have the final say on whether they phase out free refills or not, and probably they will. Obviously, it's like a no-brainer, right? If it's costing them money, they'd cut it out. Do they care that much about their customers and their health and their wallets? Probably not. That's business, my friends. I'm starting to sound like an anti-capitalist. Maybe I should get myself over to Berlin's Tesla Gigafactory, eh? On that note, actually, yeah, I'm hungry and thirsty. I'm going to climb this and then head to KFC. Thank you for watching. Scroll down, like and subscribe. Come on, you know you want to. See you next week. I'm Joseph, your presenter. This is Substream News.